Welcome to The Clash with your host, Doug Giles.
Being a transplant from Texas to South Florida, I've come to learn a lot from the multitudinous left-leaning lemmings in Miami. Things like, the U.S. sucks, Europe is yippee, traditional values are for the vapid and the non-evolved, there is no right or wrong, just pleasure and pain, and that the terrorists, well, they're angry because of something we've done. Yeah, it seems nowadays, here on the Gold Coast where I live, as if I'm constantly having to defend classic America, God, our founding principles, and the war on terror on a 24/7 basis. I'm an amazing man. Having had it up to here with the secular rancor I regularly experience, I had to have a little retreat. Now, where do I go to get away from the progressive paranormal that populate Florida's floating sod? I went back to the motherland, to Texas. Yeah, when I needed to clear my head and get a dose of hope for my country, I headed to the Northwest, to the Lone Star State. And being the hunter that I am, I called my dad and we went deer hunting. My friend Phil's ranch right in the heart of the Texas Hill Country. And not only did we have a successful hunt, but I also got to see and hear pro-U.S. sentiments coming from my hunting compadres. It was weird to observe and listen to people who are still. Yeah, the Texans I was fortunate enough to hang with are not blind to the few faults we have in our land. Having said that, they still think we're an awesome country and not the great devil the lunatic left and Islam deems us to be. During my jaunt in Tejas, I didn't see too many people loitering or trying to suck off the entitlement tit. As a matter of fact, I found low tolerance for low output people. Yeah, Texans believe that if you work your butt off, no matter what your stripe, life pays you back in spades. Another thing that fish slapped me was the fact that all the guys I hunted with were churchgoers. They aren't tree-humping hippie pantheists. They're not pluralistic, irrational global group huggers with insane geo-ecclesiastical expectations. They are God-fearing, Bible-believing, imperfect people who believe and worship publicly a perfect God in Christ. Yeah, I landed within a group of people who love guns, who buy guns, who use guns, who tote guns, and who make zero apologies for the aforementioned. They understand the Second Amendment, and they relish in what it affords them as citizens and sportsmen's capacity. The crazy thing that I noticed that was different to my South Florida surrounding was how friendly everybody was in Texas. I didn't see the middle finger flying with regularity as it does down here. I got a friend in Miami that has used his middle finger so much, it's actually shorter and thinner than all of his other fingers. One last thing that struck me while hunting in Texas was the many young soldiers I saw at the airport. These young warriors of DFW walked with their heads held high, and they were greeted and thanked by the many Texans who saw them cruising through the airport. It was beautiful. Now, compared to South Florida, Texas was weird, but in a good way. To be honest, I've been severely tempted to move the heck back. However, I think I might kind of lose my edge if I leave the wacky waste places of zany South Florida. Who knows? What I do know is that I'm proud to be from Texas, proud to know such people, proud to be a redneck rather than a pink, yellow, or no-neck, rootless and feckless, secular regressive.
You've been watching Clash TV with Doug Giles.